2020-2021 Champions League group stages have been decided, but what clubs will actually make it through to the knockout stages? In this video, we're going to take an early door look at Group D. Show today, we're taking an early door look at the old Champions League group stages, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Champions League related, world football related. We're going to all here under One Ruski. That's right, folks. Each and every day we're going to take a look at a different group. So today, shit. Bags. That's right, folks. Back once again with another prediction show. Today we take a look at the early door predictions for the Champions League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Champions League related, world football related. We're going to all here under One Ruski. That's right. Of course, it's the biggest competition out in club football. Who's going to come out on top? Well, we're going to slowly but surely try and find the answer. But before that, a big shout out, of course, to the patrons. That's right. You know who you are. The exclusive VIP gang. And as of recording right now, we're up to 20 patrons. Goodness gracious me. Thank you very much for all of you guys for supporting the channel behind the scenes, the patrons and all that. And actually, hot off the press, we have a new one, a brand new, squeaky clean new one. Matt Pellerin is now patron number 20. So big shout out to him. Kudos to him. And if anyone else is out there and wants to join the illustrious VIP gang, get in the old description down below, patreon.com/roverseas. There is a link on the screen, also in the description. Also, check out the old descriptions. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Patreon. So, let's get into it. Of course, take a look at Group D, and of course, who do we have in this one? Quite a fruity little group, in fact. Kicking us all off at the top left-hand corner. Who do we have? We have Ajax, of course, semi-finalists a couple of years ago. Can they get themselves right back into it? Well, we'll have a little look at it, shall we? Of course, finishing as sort of champions last time around, even though the season was abandoned. There was no title actually awarded, but they did finish first last season. Managed by Erik ten Hag, of course, mastermind extraordinaire. They play their football at the Johan Cruyff Arena, which usually holds 55,500 folks when on a given day. They're joined alongside Atalanta, of course, surprise packages over in Italy, maintaining a very good sort of stature at the moment. But finishing third time last time around out in Serie A, managed by Gian Piero Gasparini. They play the football in the Guais Stadium, which usually holds 21,300, but they are very dangerous team. Joining them will be, of course, Midtjylland, the debutants for this group. They're actually managed by Brian Priske. They did finish as champions out in the Danish division. Usually they play the football at MCH Arena, which holds 11,432 fans, of course, usually. And wrapping it up, of course, former winners, or recent winners anyway, not current winners, but Liverpool, of course, coming at you with Jurgen Klopp pulling the strings these days. Of course, champions out in England, play the football out at Anfield, which usually holds 394 fans on any given day. Quick look at the odds then, shall we? Of course, for this group, see who's likely to come out on top. We do expect, I think, matey boys, Liverpool to dominate, and they do expect that as well. 5-2 on for Liverpool. They are the favourites. Atalanta are 7-2 long shots, or second favourites, should I say. Ajax, third favourites, 5-1 with Midtjylland, 40-1 long shots. That is to come out as group winners. Meanwhile, to qualify, 40-1 on. Liverpool are your favourites. Atalanta, 6-4 on. Second favourites, Ajax, 11-10 on. For third favourites, Midtjylland, 10-1 to go all out and actually qualify this group. Very difficult group for them. And we're kicking it all off at match number 1 out in the Dutchlands, out in Amsterdam, of course, 21st of October. It'll be Ajax against Liverpool. Crunch clash, this one, of course, meaty matter. And I think if Liverpool, if they win this one, I think they could go all out and possibly be a 100% record for the campaign. I do expect them to win. They've been sloppy, of course. I'm actually recording this hot off the press after Liverpool's shock defeat to Aston Villa, 7-2. Any more of that business? I don't know. Hopefully they got it out of the system. 2-0 winners in the end for Liverpool to open up the campaign with a convincing win. Of course, Ajax is selling a lot of their key players from that amazing semi-final run couple of seasons ago. Of course, Donny van der Beek, Van der Licht has gone. Who else has gone? Hakim Ziyech has gone. Load of quality players have left. So they're not going to be as decent as they were, but I do expect them to at least compete for third, if not second, out in this group. Midtjylland, of course, debutants taking on Atalanta. Free scoring Atalanta, of course, out of Italy. Midtjylland might grind and might play defensively. I've not really seen anything of them. I've watched their story unravel as they've tried to get through to the group stages. They'll be defensive, of course, but I think Atalanta are free scoring scoring. They like to score goals. They like to make it entertaining, and they're doing very, very well for themselves at the moment. They are the surprise packages each and every season now in Serie A. Can they be the series surprise package right here in the Champions League? Of course, they made it to the semi-finals, wasn't it, against a PSG just last year? Can they go one further? Next up, Atalanta will take on Ajax over in Italy. This match will be match number 2, 27th of October, this bad boy. Now, these two locking horns. Entertaining stuff, I can imagine. I'm going with a 3-1 win for Atalanta to make it back-to-back wins for them to set up a crunch clash with Liverpool over in Italy as well. Speaking of Liverpool, taking on Midtjylland over at Anfield. Probably one for the Danes, this one. Of course, they usually have a huge contingent following Liverpool, so this will be a dream tie for them, and they'll be looking forward to it. And unfortunately, I don't think the fans are going to be able to witness it live. But anyway, I do expect Liverpool to come out on top. 4-0 win. It might be a little bit of a stodgy display at first. And again, Midtjylland might park the boss a little bit just to try and get something from one of these games. But unfortunately, they're not going to get anything out of this one. I do expect Liverpool to come out on top quite convincingly. 4-0 win. Into match number 3, and that will head into the 3rd of November. That's right. Crunch one here, playing for the dominance, playing for the championship, or playing for the rights to win this group. It'll be Atalanta taking on Liverpool over in Italy, of course. Atalanta 2 wins out of 2, Liverpool 2 wins out of 2. Something's got to give here, folks. Something's got to give. And I do expect a tight one, and I do expect it too tight to call. In fact, I've gone with a 1-1 draw on this one, which I think Atalanta will be content with that to maintain their unbeaten start to the campaign. I do expect Liverpool, though, to at least go one better when they bring it back to Anfield. Meanwhile, Midtjylland taking on Ajax. And again, I think Midtjylland will get their first point of the Champions League, their first point in Champions League group stage history with a 1-1 draw over Midtjylland on the 3rd of November. And that is at the hump, the halfway mark. What about into the next chunk of the games then? Ajax taking on Midtjylland in Amsterdam on the 25th of November. Of course, they just played each other the previous match. But what's going to happen? And this one, match number 4, well, I do expect Ajax to get one better of them and they actually make their first win of the campaign. That's right, losing to Atalanta and Liverpool, and that win now puts them to 4 points, pretty much close to the money. And of course, Liverpool will take on Atalanta. Of course, both Atalanta and Liverpool on 7 points, and a defeat for either of these sides could open up the door for Ajax on this one. Same match day, match number 4, Liverpool will get the better of them in a 5-goal Bobby Dazzler, and again, just one better than Atalanta, which put them Liverpool in the driving seat and probably 1 foot into the knockout stages. Atalanta will take on Midtjylland though this time around, and that will take place on the 1st of December. That is match number 5, and again, Atalanta will get back to winning ways convincingly with a 2-0 win over Midtjylland, who will crash out already. Meanwhile, Liverpool will take on Ajax over at Anfield as well, and so far so good for Liverpool, unbeaten, and they'll continue that unbeaten campaign with a convincing 4-1 win over the former semi-finalists as well. And wrapping it up, it'll be on match number 6, Ajax against Atalanta, and a defeat for Atalanta here could open up the door for the likes of Ajax to sneak through, but it'll have to be convincing and possibly even goal difference to swing it. I'm actually going to go with a 2-2 draw, which will be enough, I think, for Atalanta to make it through at least as runners-up, and Midtjylland will entertain Liverpool, and they will probably perform their socks off, but unfortunately it's not going to be good enough. I do expect a convincing 3-1 win for Liverpool to make it an unbeaten campaign for them, and that will also take place on the 9th of December in match day number 6. Quick look at the odds then, shall we? Of course, Liverpool are third, or joint, wow, in amongst it, third favourites behind Manchester City and Bayern to be victorious, 11-2 to lift the trophy, joining by Atalanta. Where are they these days? They're actually 25-1 in a cluster of teams there, sort of mid-top. Alongside them, we have Ajax, so down 125-1. Of course, Midtjylland, a long shots, 1,001. They're not the complete underdogs, but they are pretty heavy. Actually, third of the underdogs, but ahead of Club Brugge and Besiktas at the moment. That's what the bookies think. What about me? I've got Midtjylland coming in there in 4th spot. They crash out here, and that's where their European story ends. Of course, 3rd place will be Ajax. They'll crash through into the Europa League with 5 points, 1 win, 2 draws, and 3 defeats so far. Into 2nd spot, Atalanta will be nearly perfect, just 1 blip, or nearly faultless. Losing to Liverpool, of course, at home by 1 goal, of course, and then wrapping it up. Liverpool nearly faultless as well, 16 points out of possible 8, 5 wins, 1 draw so far, and then so far so good, and that will see them go through. Hopefully they can do better than they did last time around when they entered the group stages, crashing out to Atletico Madrid last time around. But that's it, my friends. That's what I would think will happen in Group D. Again, get your predictions in nice and early for this one. I want to see what you guys think that will happen out in this group. And yes, also be sure to check out the old description links to my other social media platforms in there, of course, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the place to do it. Also, be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe as well if you're new, and also hit the little bell so you don't miss a beat. We'll be covering, of course, the Champions League in extra detail, match day by match day. Of course, when these games come around, we'll be taking a look at all of them, and also we'll be having our own prediction league for this as well. So make sure you come back around and check out those bad boys as and when they do take place. Of course, my predictions here will likely change as the season goes by. Of course, form, injuries, and all that kind of stuff will have a little bit of a deciding factor on, of course, post my predictions. But these are my early door predictions as it stands. Anyway, that's it. Until then, please give the video some loving. Smash the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the next one. Until then, I'm out.